Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our 2013 NFL Draft Special. We're taking a look at the New York Giants, and we're going to hand out draft grades. We're going to look at every last selection the Giants made, as well as some undrafted free agents that you want to keep an eye on.
Once again, the Giants came into the draft just sitting pat and were able to come away with some outstanding football players. You look at Justin Pugh out of Syracuse, a versatile player along that offensive line, can play guard or tackle. Fourth round, getting a solid backup in Ryan Nassib. And also you look at Michael Cox, solid underrated running back out of UMass. And what I like most about the Giants draft, you look at DeMontre Moore out of Texas A&M. It boggles my mind that this guy fell that far in the draft with all the production he was able to put up at an SEC program at Texas A&M. Now, you look at guys like Ziggy Ansah, who's nowhere near the football player that Moore is, and he went in the top 5. So the Giants got probably one of the biggest steals in the draft with a guy that can live behind the line of scrimmage and essentially replace a guy in O.C. Umenyiora, whom they lost in free agency. And you also look at Jonathan Hankins, defensive tackle. I just love the quickness he has off the ball and does a great job with his hands. So when you look at that defensive line rotation, now you add Moore. You also have Hankins. I think they did a great job addressing that need this year in the draft. And also Eric Herman out of Ohio. Big fan of his game. Solid athletic guard, a guy that can come in and probably see some playing time as a rookie. That's how much I like what he brings to the table, and they got a steal in round 7. If I have to knock the Giants for something in the draft, they didn't address the linebacker position in any one of the rounds, and I think that was a huge miss. There was some outstanding talent that was left on the board that they passed by. And they also took a guy in Cooper Taylor, solid player, but in my opinion, he struggles in space, so I felt as though they could have went with a better option at safety. There's a couple of undrafted free agents that could surprise and make the Giants roster. You look at linebacker Charles DeSole out of Mount Union. Outstanding coverage ability and also is effective coming off the edge. I envision him as a special teamer and a strong side backer. And Alonzo Tweedy out of Virginia Tech. Very good safety. Another special teamer that could see time in those sub packages. So those are two undrafted free agents that can make some noise and find themselves on this Giants roster. I'm giving the Giants a solid B for their draft. Once again, they come away with two guys that were outstanding football players in college and essentially will help their football team be successful. When you look at DeMontre Moore and Jonathan Hankins, I think those were the two biggest steals in the draft, and the Giants were able to get those guys in consecutive selections. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Giant fan forums for always showing football game plan support.